right. Hello, 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 hello. Uh, are we all ready? Are we ready? Okay, let me get the headphones on, get the hair in place. There we go. Okay. Are we looking snatched? Are we looking good? Are we ready to do this? It's Friday night, and you know what that means. That means you get to listen to me go blah, 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 blah for 60 minutes. And then we're going to get our dance on with Friday Night Live here on the Booty Mashup channel. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I am your hostess with the mostest, Adriana A. I am the queen bee of Booty Mashup, and it is my pleasure to always kick off our big flagship Friday night party. And I kind of don't even know quite how Friday nights became like the night, but it's all going according to plan. The plan was 2 months ago when we started this channel, when we thought, the corona apocalypse, it's only going to be like a month or two, and then we'll start doing parties again. And usually our parties are on Saturday night, so we didn't want to do anything to conflict with Saturday night. So we're like, okay, let's make Friday night a thing. Let's even put it right there in the name, Friday Night Live, to remind everyone that we are here on Friday nights. And so then when we can start doing parties again, we can still do this. We've put all this work into building this channel and building it so fast, and like making tons of mistakes along the way, and doing all sorts of like just crash coursing. But always with the idea of like, well, once we have this set up, we're going to want to keep doing it, why stop? So it's the kind of thing that we should have been doing all along. And I'm really glad that, that Friday nights are now a thing. But apparently we're also going to be doing quite a few Saturday nights. We've been doing Saturday nights here anyway, just because it just sort of happens. Friday rolls into Saturday, and there's a whole crew of us, and then it's like, hey, I'm gonna DJ, and there's someone else is like, I'm gonna DJ, and then then the next thing it's Sunday, and it's DJ Lobster Dust show. All right, so I am doing a thing where I've actually, as you can see, there is actually a chat going on the screen. So I'm doing this for two reasons. Number one, when this gets later posted to like YouTube or something, people, it's fun to sort of see what people are chatting about while I'm blah, blah, blahing. But also it's good for me because, if anyone was here last week, it was like a total debacle where I had reverb on my voice for like the whole first half of the show. And it wasn't that bad. It just sounded like I was in a big long hallway or something. So, not that big of a deal, but, people were texting and chatting. It's like, turn your reverb off. So at least this way, if there's anything, crazy going on, I will see it in the chat, because it's hard to follow the chat and the live stream at the same time. So how's it going out there? Does it sound okay? I'm assuming there's no reverb, and last week, thank you. I'm glad you think last week was amazing, but oh my God, it was a technical shit show. It was like starting off with, me having reverb on for the whole first half of Mashup Talk. And then it was, and then I DJ'd. I was the special guest DJ. And it was a lot of technical craziness, where I now understand what the critter hug of death is, because our page just like blam, just shut down. I'm like, hey, it's not my fault. And fortunately I got back up again, and then And then for whatever reason, my OBS studio just totally choked at some point after I thought I'd had it all set up. And then apparently I troubleshot it. We had a little audio problem. My USB cable was a little wonky, and the sound was pretty awful for like 2 songs. Oh, I can't believe you guys stuck through it all. And we had our very first stream that had over 2,000 viewers at one time. So I was just blown away by that. It has been such a ride over the past two months of just building this, and it has been amazing to find a community here on Twitch. It has also been amazing to find a community that we've been fans of ourselves in weird ways. Like, I'm a Dungeons and Dragons player, but I was only sort of like had a cursory knowledge of Critical Role. I mostly know Matthew Mercer and Marisha Ray and a bunch of those people. I know them through Burning Man. That is my connection with that. It actually had nothing to do with Critical Role. It was more like, they would come to our Booty LA party, and then they invited me to DJ on an art car that their camp had at Burning Man. So I've done that for quite a few years. We somehow missed it last year. I don't know what happened. It's Burning Man. It was like we'd planned for it, but then the art car never showed up, or it broke down, or maybe that was the year before. I mean, literally, when you've been going to Burning Man for as many years as I have, all the years sort of blend in together. But anyway, that's how I know. Matthew and Marisha is sort of like part of that crew. So, but I've said this before, I'll say it again. I am so like massively grateful that they have loved Booty Mashup coming onto Twitch and have thrown us so much love and so much support on a platform where they're already established, and I've been loving Twitch. With a caveat, we will get to that. Someone just already chatted about it quickly, so let me get into it. So in addition to the crazy technical issues that we had last week, but somehow, pushed through it and had a wonderful, wonderful DJ set, and then Jupiter Gatling took over after me and took a super late night. Well, then the next day, like 24 hours later, we're in the middle of I'd actually just set it up to do like an autoplay thing, because one of our Booty Mashup DJs, DJ Lobster Dust, I hope you are all familiar with him, and if you're not, then you should be. Please look him up, DJ Lobster Dust. We have him hosted on our channel all the time. His channel, he has it set up for autoplay with mashups, and he also does our Sunday Coffee Cat and Mashups show here on Booty Mashup. So I've had that on just like in the background, and I was like, I want to try this sort of autoplay thing too, because we do 24/7 streaming with Booty Mashup Radio, which, again, one of those like things that happened in the Corona apocalypse, where I was like, oh, I'm not throwing parties anymore. Now we have time to try out these different ideas and these different things. So I'd set up Booty Mashup Radio, and then after an hour of it being autoplayed, all of a sudden, bam, the stream just went out. And I'm like, what's going on? Oh my God. And I'm checking my internet connection. I'm checking, OBS Studio, and everything's running fine. And then blink, a little message from Twitch. It was like, your account has been temporarily suspended for 24 hours due to inappropriate attire. And I'm just like, oh God, it wasn't me. I'm covered. I'm following the rules. It's like nothing wrong with cleavage. Cleavage is okay. You just can't show under boob. You can't, you have to have your pelvis region covered from your like you have to sort of, mostly have your butt covered. And I mean, there's, they got really specific with the rules, which is good because we needed it. Right. But just so we know, what we have to deal with. And then somehow we got suspended anyway. So we just kept waiting to get through that 24 hours. So then all the VODs, the VODs, video on demand, all our past broadcasts, I could like just pick through them all and see which one is missing. And that way I can narrow down like a needle in a haystack. Okay, which part of this video, got us suspended? It me. I'm so sorry. My booty got booty mashup shut down. Yep, there. It's true. It was look. It's not entirely my fault. During my DJ set, I played a classic, a booty mashup classic called "Owner of a Lovely Butt" by the long retired Lionel Vinyl. An amazing mashup producer who like dropped out of the scene back in the mid 2000s. Sadly, he was one of my favorites. But it mashed up "Owner of a Lonely Heart" by Yes and Sir Mix-a-Lot's "Baby Got Back." Just classic 80s mashup, right? And of course, I had to get up and shake my butt at my webcam. I was what I thought I was within the rules of, what I was wearing, but they were booty shorts, to be fair, maybe a little cheeky. And they, I guess it was inappropriate attire. So now I know. By the way, I will show you what I'm wearing now. Okay, you ready? We're not going to get shut down for this. I am wearing, look, it's all black. All black tights, opaque tights, covers everything. It's like, there's a booty there, but you would never know it. Okay. But now we know. And at least it wasn't, part of me as the queen bee of booty. I'm like, heads are going to roll. Whose fault is this? Who's taking the fall? Oh, it's me. Of course it's me. I mean, inappropriate attire is kind of my brand. If you've follow me on Instagram, then you certainly already know this. Adriana Booty on Instagram. So, shameless shout out there. Oh my goodness. So I'm super excited about today's show. Because our guest DJ, if you've been following the channel, you already know her. She's Jupiter Gatling, who is also my partner. Unfortunately, we've been separated in the Corona apocalypse. She's based in Berlin. I'm based in San Francisco. And literally right before all this began, she was here for a few months. She flew back to Berlin. I was going to be there, catch up with her in 2 weeks. That's sort of been our schedules. Like, we don't really have a long distance relationship. It's more bicontinental. Like, she bounces here, I bounce there. We throw parties both on the West Coast, also in Berlin. So yeah, she flies away. And then by the time she lands in Berlin, the U.S. borders are pretty much closed to European travel. I'm like, and there was like this 48-hour time window where it seemed like maybe I should just like buy a plane ticket real fast and like get my butt over to Berlin. But then that didn't really happen. And anyway, so we've been separated ever since. But, we FaceTime on the phone and here on the laptop, and she is, of course, as our special guest DJ tonight. She's also my interview here on Mashup Talk. So you're gonna get a little taste. We're gonna do a little Skype call here, and so you got the backstory at least a little bit. So let's Skype with Jupiter. Let's see here. Get this going, and you don't hear it, but I always hear this little Skype tune. Boo boo boo, boo boo boo, boo boo boo, boo.
Hello.
Hi. Hi, it's Jupiter Gatling.
It is me.
All right, so first off, I don't want a whole bunch of chat covering up my face. So if anything crazy happens in the chat, I'm not going to know. I'm sorry, you guys. But anyway, please welcome to Mashup Talk. Who I like to describe as Booty Mashup's secret weapon. It is Jupiter Gatling. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Well,
Can't believe that this is the first time I appear on the show, even though I spent so many hours of my life already DJing on this channel, right?
well, let's talk about that. You have quickly gained a reputation on the Booty Mashup Twitch channel as you're like the DJ marathon queen. Like your very first DJ set. Like your first DJ set on Twitch ever was how long?
8 hours. It was 8 hours.
8 hours. That's like a full day of work for some people. And
Kinda, yeah. But as a designer, it's kind of like a normal work day. So it's like, I didn't even notice. But you know why this is? This is because I am traumatized from those months and months of you giving me those shitty little 45-minute sets because we have too many DJs at Booty. I had to compensate.
Oh, okay. A little backstory here. I know it's hard to believe now. I've almost forgotten that Booty Mashup used to be a real life party in the before times. And yes, at that party, we have a lot of DJs. And, we gotta, we can't like just DJ for 8 hours. The party doesn't even last 8 hours. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had those short little 45 minutes. It wasn't 45 minutes the whole night. It was like you would have several 45-minute sets.
Sure, but you just get going, you just got warm, you want to take the crowd on a journey.
Oh my god! You said it. You did it. Every DJ says this. It's like we should have a drinking game of like every DJ cliche and taking the crowd on a journey. It's like, okay, we all have to do shots now.
I'm like half serious, but sometimes I'm in a set and I'm like, ooh, I really want to play the song and it fits well, but you kind of need a few songs to get there because you don't want to like drastically change the mood or the tempo. I mean, you can, depends on what you're going for, but I don't know. I believe that I have a plan behind what I'm doing, but I make up this plan like 2 minutes in advance only. So
you're you are actually as part of the Booty Mashup team, you're one of our newer DJs actually. When did you start DJing?
1.5 years ago. My first set was right before Halloween in 2018, right? Yeah, so it's 1.5 years.
Okay, but you've been coming to Booty Mashup parties for years. Full disclosure, I met you at a Booty Mashup party in Berlin,
yes.
8 years ago. So, I mean, have you always loved mashups? Like, what was your entry point to mashup culture?
MTV, believe it or not.
Ooh, okay. I know that your MTV in Berlin, or in Europe anyway, is different than in the US. Please tell us.
There was a late night show, and God, this must be now over 20 years ago, I believe. Oh, around 20 years. No, wait. Let's say 15 years. This must have been like 15 years ago. There was the thing called MTV Mash. When super late at night, when no one else is awake except for me, they were playing mashups. Like, it was a super short block. I think they only played 3. It was like a 15-minute show. Maybe it was just 1. And I just randomly caught it twice. The very first one was a mashup of Pink Get the Party Started with the Vines.
Ultra 396 is the mashup creator of that, and I believe that was remade by McSleazy, who was hired by MTV Mash. This is crazy. Like, I've known you for 8 years, and yet this is actually the very first time we're ever talking about this.
Well, it's because I always tell you about the second mashup I ever heard, which was important to me. I heard that. I thought it's interesting, but back then I didn't know the Vine song, so I was like only mildly interested. So I'm like, oh, okay, this is interesting. The second mashup I ever heard was Placebo and Coshin. And Placebo, as you know, is my absolute favorite band. So of course I was like hooked, because there the magic of mashups, as I always call it, suddenly happened, where you have this thing that you know, that you love, but now you have this completely new version to listen to it, and it just clicked. I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. What the fuck is this?
This is
So
crazy. I love that. Okay, so a little backstory here. We've dealt with a lot of mashup history as we've developed this channel, and PDS Mix, Pimp Daddy Supreme. He's part of our Booty Mashup crew. He has a show called Masters of Mash. We talk a lot about this early 2000s history, and we've talked about MTV Mash, but it was like, especially from an American perspective, it was such like this blip where we knew some of the producers, and a lot of them did not necessarily, it was like they got hired by MTV. They were limited by what they could produce, and it was just like this short little footnote in mashup history. And yet here it is. This was a quintessential show for you. And then so what, 8 years ago you see a poster for a mashup party in Berlin, and you're like, sold?
exactly. So I had this interest in mashup, which was sparked by this Placebo mashup that I listened to. But I didn't even have internet back then, so I just kind of shelved that and didn't get really much into it till I super randomly found a flyer the weekend after I moved to Berlin. I find a flyer and a bar down in my street for a mashup party in Berlin. I'm like, what? Oh my God, I had no idea this is even a thing. No matter what, I am going there. This is a thing. And this is when I stumbled into you.
And that was the night we met, which is crazy.
Yes.
So that was 8 years ago, but yet you only started DJing like a year and a half ago. So this begs the question, what took you so long?
What took me so long? I guess the right motivation.
Yeah.
I started pole dancing a few years ago, so I was like all busy with doing that. It's almost like you can only have so many time-consuming hobbies, right? Just turns out DJing is like really no time-consuming at all.
Don't tell anyone. It's really, really hard. It's really hard. Like, people just don't even know. It's really hard.
No. It's not very time-consuming because at this point, like, I go to nightclubs all the time. Like, I go out 5 days a week or something. If you go to a nightclub along the they just offer you a job. So I'm working as a designer for one of the nightclubs in Berlin here. I'm also now DJing there and performing on the pole for Sage, favorite club, also known as Kit Kat, the venue at least. But so now I'm still going to nightclubs just as much as now I'm standing on the other side and I'm DJing. But anyway, the question why, I can't really tell you or explain why it took me so long. I can only tell you what happened so I actually started.
Okay.
And that's pretty ridiculous. It's all because of a tiny little flamingo.
Wait, what?
And lobster dust.
Oh, it involves lobster dust. Okay, let's. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, I know this story, and it involves Burning Man. Yeah. Okay, do tell.
We went to Burning Man, so this must be now, 2 years ago, 2018, right before I started DJing. We went to Burning Man in August, September, and Lobster does a party every year at Paradise Motel,
which is a theme camp, a mostly LGBT theme camp at Burning Man, part of the Gayborhood, Paradise Motel. Okay.
Exactly, and I always love the party. It's like a sunset party. It's 2 hours. It's the light is. That is the best light of the day for Burning Man. So everything looks beautiful. They have flamingos everywhere. Rosa is my favorite color. And flamingos are just kind of strange
When you
birds,
say rosa, you mean pink, right? For our American listeners.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know. It's kind of a strange bird, which I identify with to a point.
Okay.
So I just found it really cute. And so Lobster got a tiny little flamingo from the Paradise Motel camp because that's like the logo. And I'm like, hey, that's really cute. Where'd you get that? And Lobster just said, well, they gave me that for DJing. If you learn DJing within the next year, I book you as a side DJ for my set next year, and maybe you get one too.
So it's all Lobster Dust's fault. It's
There was
that was
there was it. It's like,
it.
fuck, I want one.
and,
It is just that simple.
and then you literally started DJing like just a few months later, really.
Yeah, yeah. You showed me exactly two things. You gave me the controller. You showed me play and louder, and there you go.
I was really
But you
adamant.
thought,
I mean, a little backstory here. I'm a horrible DJ mom. It's like as you said earlier, DJing is actually pretty easy. So I really did not want to be all that hands on. It's like if you really want to do this, you need to learn how to do it. So I'm just going to basically like here's a controller, here's sort of the basic setup, there's play, there's cue. Okay,
well,
fly
yeah,
little bird.
but I was fine with that. I do like exploring on my own more than having lessons. Although now that I'm trying to do mashups myself and working with Ableton, I kind of now really wish somebody would just kind of show me some basics because I'm like, oh God, I don't know what I'm doing. Therefore, my mashups aren't so great.
Well, no, that's not
um,
true. You made okay. So, let's get into that. So, you just started DJing, and now you're actually you've made that like you start off as literally a fan. And then you
mm,
become a DJ, which most DJs become DJs because they're fans of music, and you love mashups. And now you're turning into a producer. But you seem to have a very specific style of the kind. You've only made a few mashups, but they are very distinctive. Do you want to talk about that?
sure. So I'm just producing mashups that I want to hear on the dance floor myself. There are like a million fantastic producers out there, and um, I I personally don't feel the need to mash up like the hot new song or something super weird necessarily. Like I'm not a cover band, but I'm also not like an anti-woo or something. Um, I only produce mashups when I want to hear something on the dance floor just for myself and it doesn't exist, but make it in a way so people won't leave. That's why I created a Sailor Moon mashup, but because that's my absolute favorite thing. I mean, hello, I'm Sailor Jupiter right now.
Obviously, yes, we're gonna get to that, but yeah, you're representing Sailor Moon. Actually, I'm sorry, Sailor Jupiter.
I mean, come on. So that's why, I created this mashup too. So
what
I
did
was
you
thinking,
What did you
okay,
mash up with Sailor Moon?
Cardi B.
Cardi B. Or I'm assuming we're gonna hear that tonight.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I mash them up together. So I'll like put a beat underneath, and so that people like the ones that don't know Sailor Moon, they just hear the Cardi and they won't leave because everyone fucking loves Bodak Yellow, right?
Sure.
But the people who actually know and recognize Sailor Moon just lose their shit, and this is kind of what I'm
Well,
going
yeah,
for.
you don't go to a dance club expecting to hear the Sailor Moon theme.
I mean, you actually do. Whenever we go to VGT, to Obsession Bizarre, the very last song of the fetish party is always Sailor Moon, the original 90s Eurotrash dance version. Doop, 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 doop. All you Germans know, I'm sure.
Okay. So, and you've made a couple new mashups. Like you have a new one that you're playing tonight. I understand. Or are you?
Yes,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
think.
Did you finish it?
Well, finish is a strong word. So for the Sailor Moon one, so I did the arrangement, I did like the whole thing, and then I got help mastering it by the mysterious Jack Roger.
Ooh, Jack Rogers really, really. First of all, Jack Roger is really, really good, and it's like even though we don't really know who he is, he's there via like what do you do? Email him or something, or just
I can't tell you.
yeah. Okay.
It's like a bat signal kind of thing. It's like a little pirate booty, a pirate logo, and if I flash the light just right, he knows. He knows I need him.
And I know that there was you collaborated with him on a Lady Gaga mashup that we put on the Booty Mashup Top 10
Yeah,
2 months
too.
ago.
Yeah, but I had not much to do in the production. I was just a little bit as a concept or inspiration giver there. But yeah, for this one, I did this one mostly myself. However, I did get some help from Jack Roger and you. Just I mean, just in terms of, okay, how can I make this better? Because I know this is not great. I know this is wrong, but I really want this to work. So I made it a little bit better.
I'm sure we're
It's
all looking forward to hearing
better.
it. I understand there's something else that you're going to drop tonight during your set that's very special. Do you want to?
It's very, very special. Yeah. So last week, you premiered the mashup we did, in honors of the critters, the Critical Role mashup.
For fans of the show Critical Role, I went ahead and it was a part troll, part tribute mashup of the Critical Role theme song mashed up with Limp Bizkit's Rollin' because I'm a big cheese ball like that. So what did you do with this?
I made the official video for it. So now you can see it in all its glory and cheesiness.
Oh, and for all the people who've been tweeting us and messaging us about like how can I see this? Certainly in a better quality than the low grade audio feed from the Twitch VOD. I just want to say right now, Jupiter Gatling is going to premiere it tonight, the video, and then it will be posted to our YouTube tomorrow, and it'll also be available on our website as an MP3 download, so you can just listen to this ridiculous mashup as much as you want.
Yes.
So I see that you have a poll behind you. Show the viewers what's because I know they're gonna mostly see your set like with visuals because you obviously have a green screen like all of us do. Oh my god.
Yes, now as well.
What's up with the pole? You are a pole dancer and you finally achieved this thing that you always said you wanted to do, which is pole dance while you DJ, except I think when you said that you thought it was going to be on a stage in a venue in front of people as opposed to live streaming this. But
yeah, although I mean the live streaming is kind of nice. It's a little easier than a steamy nightclub because also I have all my stuff that I can keep wiping the pole. It's a little easier. Because newsflash, if you do pole dance, if the pole's not clean, if there's like any grease on it, you just fucking slip and fall and die. Probably don't die. So yeah, that's why if you've seen my marathons and I do some like little tricks on the pole, you always need to wipe it because as soon as your hands sweat just a little bit, it's just slippy. So you need to keep wiping it before and after. So yeah, I did achieve this whole. When I actually imagine pole dancing while DJing, I actually imagine it to be more like I'm hanging upside down the pole and mixing and everything. But the pole's too far away from my little DJ booth, which is right here. And also the other thing is the green screen actually prevents me from properly pole dancing.
Oh, wait, how is that?
Physics. So my green screen kind of needs to, cover all my rosa walls left and right too.
You have pink walls. Okay, so you have to cover the walls completely with the green. Exactly,
and also, so that means the green screen is fairly close to the pole for the camera to work out, and I also usually wear like 8-inch heels.
Can you show us?
Of course, I can show the 8-inch heels.
I love this.
This is usually what
I'm wearing. Show and tell. Yeah, show the camera. Show our viewers what you are pole dancing, DJing in. I know you have a standing desk, right? So you can raise the desk up, and you are literally those are the shoes that you're wearing while you're DJing.
Yeah, like for the first hour before, I'm like, okay, I'm taking
right. I mean, because like nobody sees those in a live stream except when you go and dance on the pole.
But it's a bit of the feeling of you're on stage now, you're wearing the shoes.
Right. Okay.
So, okay, the thing is with the green screen, if I do a spin, I'm gonna knock off the green screen and everything's gonna tear apart. And so I need to be very careful with what I'm doing. I'm probably not gonna wear the shoes if I do any tricks. And the other bigger issue, after you got shut down last week, I'm a little terrified if are my shorts long enough? Is this considered sexy?
Is it
I really don't want to.
inappropriate attire? I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
'cause
we were having this discussion earlier of like, oh, does it cut like, what, yeah, exactly, because you can't pole dance in like a pair of tights, can you?
no,
You literally need like
you need to fraction of the skin.
bare
The
skin.
reason why you are holding to the pole at all is because skin sticks to the metal. There are exceptions, like you can get grippy leggings that have kind of like a rubbery surface, but just things are hella expensive, and I don't own those.
Right.
So I might just invest in them at some point if I want to keep doing this. Um, but yeah, so right now I might just do a few slight tricks, trying to not rip off the green screen, not get us shut down.
Okay, so let me get this straight
Do
because
it.
in this age of live stream DJing, we have to, as DJs, be like these masters of multitasking, and you're freakishly good at this. You are DJing. You're very, very active in the chats during your set. Your set. You're you know anywhere from 8 to 14 hour sets. You're pole dancing. It's like how do you manage all this?
Mm, I don't know. I'm a freelancer. I manage my own shit all the time. I don't know. I don't have a good answer for that. That's just kind of how I roll.
Okay. All right. You say you're a freelancer. You do video work, right? Which is how the Critical Role in video ended up like in your hands because I certainly couldn't do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm a art director and motion designer. Those are my real jobs as a freelancer. But all my I'm just like fucking out of jobs right now because all my event-based clients, my club clients, everything that was like some conference, that's all gone.
Yeah.
Everyone else is in Kurzarbeit, whatever that
What
is
is what
in
is that? Kurzarbeit?
if you basically get more or less, I think furloughed is what you call it.
Furloughed.
So
Yeah.
you work less days and you're not coming into work every day and you make less money. Just kind of
Right.
spread
Yeah.
work and the money, I guess. So yeah, not much happening for me right now. So now I'm just the live
All
streaming.
right. Well, I mean, we are so happy to have you. Like I said, you have been. I mean, I used to say this even before we began live streaming that you were Booty Mashup's secret weapon. You just sort of. I mean, I think it's because you had 6.5 years of going to Booty Mashup parties. You understood like what turns on the crowd, what mashups
Yeah,
work really well. It was almost like all this research. So when you started,
I keep from the people.
yeah, I mean, so when you started DJing, you at least had what in my opinion is the most important part of DJing is being able to figure out what the audience wants. Every single one of your mixes could be a train wreck, but if you
And they were in the beginning, obviously they still are sometimes.
selection
But it gets
selection
better.
trumps technique all the time. I believe, in my
That's
opinion.
what I'm counting on.
But no, you are such the secret weapon, and now here on the Twitch channel, it's like what is the record for longest DJ set you have done on this channel?
14 hours.
14 hours. How did you DJ for 14 hours?
Well, I can't. I don't even know. So I mean, I kind of know how I did the first 8 hour set because it was my very first time DJing. I was like, okay, let me just try to figure out how is all this, and it was just so much fun because even though back then I mean, it wasn't even all that many people, and because of time zones, it was like in the middle of the night for most of our crowd, which is mostly from the States, East and West Coast. Um, so I don't know. I strung like those poor people along, like from 6 a.m. in the morning till the afternoon, till Nate's set, I believe, for like 8 hours. Oh no, that was before we connected them. That was before Nate's set. That was just like a random Friday night thing.
Yeah, but then we all sort of like jumped on. I'm like, I remember going to bed, and then like,
No, that was the week after. I think.
oh yeah, the week after. You've
The week
done.
after. I know the first one was just 8 hours. So yeah, because I was trying to figure out Twitch how this all works, and also it's just so nice to be in the chat and have like this interaction with the people, because in a nightclub you usually, the currency is fist bumps. You just get the fist bumps, and you're like, okay. I mean, you see people dance and people give you fist bumps. That's cool. But actually being able to talk to the people is a completely new experience, and I really, really enjoyed it. So you people in the chat, I really love you. I really enjoy that, and especially, because the apocalypse is happening, and I have seen one person in the last 3 months. And only because Germany now is starting to reopen. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it. Yeah, this is like the most social thing I'm doing these days, and it's cool. I enjoy it.
Well, and I know that our newfound fans, our old fans who've migrated here to the channel, people really do seem to respond to your sets, especially as far as like, because you're just you take requests, you're pretty active, and then yeah, literally 14 hours. I just remember going to bed and waking up. I like reach over, I check my phone, I'm like, let me open up Twitch. I'm just figure out how long she went. Wait, live? Wait, what? She's still alive.
For the first set, for the 8 hour set, I was kind of like at 6 hours or something. Like time flies. I didn't even notice. Like it was around 6 hours or something. I'm like, huh. Hey Doug, how long was your set? Because till then, Time was a record holder with 7 hours.
Right.
So the last 2 hours, I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna break your record. What the fuck? But then the 14-hour set, I broke my own record and barely noticed. I was like at 7.5 hours and was like, what? I didn't notice. So then I just kept going up to an 8 set. Yeah, and those 13 hours were also just a breeze. Just the last hour was a bit like, what do I have left? But ever since I got more music, so now I just can keep going forever. I just don't know how to stop. I just don't know how to stop. So
is that sort of related to? I want to talk about your DJ name, Jupiter Gatling. How did you?
Ew.
How like I'm assuming Jupiter is based on your love of Sailor Moon, and particularly the character Sailor Jupiter. I'm correct here, right?
Yes, it is. But so yeah, obviously I love Sailor Moon. I think it's a fantastic feminist tale of love and justice, and I just love the series so much, and it inspired me throughout my whole life. And I just remember the episode when you see Sailor Jupiter for the very first time, when you have this very strong girl who comes in and beats up a few bullies that were mean to Sailor Moon. That was just so fucking cool because she's so fierce and inspiring and so strong. And she looks like me. She has brown hair. She has green eyes, and she's just an inspiration. And also Jupiter is, the god of thunder, attacks with lightning, and that is really cool because I tend to be very fast. I talk fast. I DJ fast. I just go fast. I do so many things because I'm so fast at doing them. And it's almost like I'm running on lightning. That's why I thought it's very fitting for me.
And that's where Gatling comes in too, because that's like a reference to a Gatling gun.
Well, my English teacher in 9th grade said I talk like a machine gun because I talk so fast.
In English or in Deutsch?
In English. It was my English teacher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Your English teacher. Okay.
And I thought this is kind of a great stage name. Also, it's also, yeah, like it's kind of like I can see why she said that because I'm just kind of like doing things super fast. And also because I'm a big anime fan, and the other series that I also love a lot is One Piece. So this is from Gomu Gomu no Gatling, from Ruffy's Attack.
Okay.
So Yeah, I'm just a fucking super otaku here.
God, you're a nerd. Totally otaku. Yeah. No, no shit.
But
No shame in that
super,
game. We're all nerds here. I mean,
totally. Like if you don't know, in the in the normal performer drag burlesque pole scene, whatever, when I'm performing on the pole, just like generic performer name, can't even tell.
yeah, but but once you get a little bit of the backstory, it makes a lot of sense why there's so much cosplay in your performance. I mean, obviously you're doing a bit of cosplay just for a DJ set. So what can we expect from your DJ set? First of all, are you gonna break a record? Are you gonna is this gonna be like the 24-hour stream? We're gonna have to tell DJ Nate that his Mashups rock show tomorrow afternoon is canceled because
Sorry, it's
you're still
canceled.
going.
Um, I don't know, honestly. I have nothing planned. I did buy a new little crate of beer because I ran out.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see where the night is gonna take us. I definitely signed up to do 6 hours because we want to go till midnight.
Yeah.
What happens then? We don't know. Am I still going? We don't know.
Okay.
Um,
That's midnight.
what I did,
That's midnight. No, actually, it's past midnight. It's one.
it's 4 a.m.
Yeah, 4 a.m. East Coast time. We'll at least go till 1 a.m. West Coast, and I don't even what time is it in Berlin then, and then it's like morning time for you in Berlin. So you're sort of you're yeah, you're going hard, huh?
Oh wait, I just realized I thought we were only going to midnight. I thought I signed up for 6 hours, but I technically just said 5 hour whatever. Probably could do six
No, it's
anyway.
6 hours.
Yeah, we'll see.
No, you
Okay.
it's you signed up for a 6 hour set, so crazy.
So
What now? What's your favorite stuff to DJ? I mean, as far as mashups, mashups you can go all over the map, and I know you do. But what's your like, what's if you're doing like, okay, now I'm gonna play for me. What do you love?
yeah, I actually wanted to say that a little bit circling back, but uh, so you call me a secret weapon for booty mashup, right? And this is partly because I am what is known in Germany as a Hitschlampe.
Oh, a
It's
what?
a it's a hit bitch. So I'm the one, who plays all the hits and keep people dancing, just I'm kind of going hard trying to, play songs even if I don't personally like them, play them because I know the crowd loves them. Um, and I just kind of try to keep them on the dance floor for as long as possible and fairly successfully. However, Twitch gives me, or like this community gives me this new chance to play all the weird shit I always wanted to play. I'm so this is also what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a bit of both. So I'm gonna definitely throw in some of my classics that keep the people always going, but we're definitely gonna get gothy. We're definitely gonna get weird with playing the anime tracks. It's this crowd here is a lot more actually into the mashup, so you can throw very interesting or what the fuck, oh my god, what the fuck mashups at them, and they appreciate it, and it is so cool. It's so cool to have like people who appreciate you for the music and not just because of the beat.
Yeah, I mean, what I've really, really loved about doing Booty Mashup here on Twitch, unlike in real life, a lot of people would just come to the party just because they knew it was a good party, but they're expecting like a dance club. Here, people are coming because they want to hear mashups. I mean, I know we've got Zoom parties happening. We've got Dance Commander Disco happening as a Zoom room tonight. We've got tons of people like, this is the Friday night dance thing. So we definitely get dancey, but we can we can get weird, huh?
Recently, last week for some little marathon I did, I played an entire hour of only Nine Inch Nails mashups leading up to Lobster Dust, and people were there for it. Like this is the kind of stuff I love here. Oh, and what I want to say before you cut me off because it's
Sorry.
almost time. um, it is my birthday on Tuesday.
Ah, yes. Happy birthday, Jupiter Gatling.
Not yet, not yet,
But it's your
not yet.
early birthday. No, I know.
No, no, Germany, you can't do that. You can't congratulate early. That's bad luck.
Ah,
Don't do
okay,
that.
okay.
But I wanted this show right before my birthday so I can invite all of you to my birthday party on Tuesday, which I was too busy to make the set list, promo, or announce anything because I was preparing this set for so long. Not the set, but the videos. And the OBS and the green, whatever. So on Tuesday, expect a little marathon on Tuesday from me, but also from my little lineup of my besties. Obviously, you.
Yes.
It's gonna be Time. It's gonna be a Nate. It's gonna be Lobster Dust, who's kind of responsible for me DJing in the first place. It might be somebody else, but we're not sure. I can't. We're no promises.
Jack Roger.
I'm not sure Jack Roger wants to be on camera.
Yeah, you're probably right. So that's coming up on Tuesday. So we can't wish you a happy birthday yet because unlike in America, we're the queens of it's my birthday month, So we can't do that. So all right, so it's bad luck to wish you happy birthday, but all right. Well, we're looking forward not only to tonight, but yes, on Tuesday. Just if you haven't already, people, please follow and hit that little notification bell. You'll find out when we're going live. We have a full slate of programming. You jump on all the time and do these secret sets, Jupiter. So yes, thank you everyone for joining us. And Jupiter, I know you need to sort of get ready and prep. I know you've got a couple surprises besides just the video for Critical Rollin'. I know that you also have a couple just visual surprises for us. Right? It's everyone, we're all just trying to compete with each other on this channel, aren't we?
I mean, that might be overselling it, but I put in some cute things. I even went through all the things and made a little stage for the poll, but I'm not even sure if I can or should use it, but we'll see.
Okay. I mean, that is kind of everyone, especially here for the Friday night stream, it seems like it's now been 3 weeks in a row of everyone just trying to keep up with the Joneses, right? And you as a not just a mashup DJ and producer, but also as a motion designer and video person, and I know that you've got a few cute things that I like.
I mean, it really might also be underselling it. I just did some cheesy stuff because it's cute. Okay.
We like cheese. We like cheese.
I know. Yeah, you're not like my normal clients, which they're cool, but it's
cheese tastes good. We like.
True.
All right, go get ready because I know you got to start DJing for us in 5 minutes, and I'm going to wrap up the show here. Everyone, please give it up for Jupiter Gatling, and thank you so much for being here on Mashup Talk.
Sure.
All right. Ciao.
Bye.
All right. Oh, yes. I'm so looking forward to tonight. Just because Jupiter's such a fun DJ, especially here on this channel. And yeah, so here, let me just show you a little thing here. So yes, sorry, I'm covering up half the chat here, but I released the mashup last week as part troll, part tribute to all the Critical Role fans out there. Critical Role, yes, the critters, who've just been so insanely supportive of Booty Mashup that I had to pay it back, and I made a mashup last week, and Jupiter Gatling made a video which she will be debuting during her set. By the way, I love this artwork. I need to shout out to Robbie Cook. Robbie Cook did this fabulous illustration, which I then, in classic Booty Mashup style, then modified it. I Fred Durst it. So sorry, not sorry. And while we're talking about releases and things that have been out there, just today. We did our very, very first release of our Patreon perks. If we so appreciate you guys supporting this channel. We've got right there Venmo, Ko-fi for tips are great, but about I've been loving Patreon. Patreon, if you're not familiar with it already, it's a really great way for creators, artists, musicians to really connect with their fans, and you get as a supporter, basically, a patron of the arts, you often get benefits and perks. And we never did this before. But of course, in the Corona apocalypse, we're not throwing real life parties anymore, so our income just went poof. So we've been, obviously exploring different ways to maintain the channel, to maintain that $165 a month bill from my internet service provider for all those free mashups that we host on our website. How can I help pay for that? Well, Patreon's been really helping, and I love being able to also give back to the Patreon supporters. It's like, oh, hey, we have different tiers. So just today, I released this. If you are a Fleetwood Mac fan, then you might be interested in Fleetwood Mashed. It's a double album. This album I've been working on this album for years, literally, like just off and on. And then I did the very, very, very first live stream that I ever did on our channel 2 months ago was a Fleetwood Mac mashup listening party. That's what started the Wednesday night, or Wednesday afternoon, might be night for you, I don't know, Wednesday mashup listening parties. I did 5 hours of only Fleetwood Mac mashups, and then a bunch of people sent me stuff after that show, and I was like, oh my god, I'm never gonna finish this record. Well, I finally did, and you can't have it unless you are one of our Patreon supporters. We will release it to the public eventually. So, but this is just like one of those benefits of being able to be of helping us out on Patreon is you get early access to exclusive mixtapes like this one, and it's so good. I have not. I mean, this is what I've been listening to all week, other than Lobster Dust's autoplay stream, and then other Patreon perks as well. Like, if you're a huge mashup obsessive, like you get the mixtape, the monthly mixtape, for like $10 a month. But for $20 a month, you'll get that. Plus, you're gonna get a zip file filled with new mashups. And so if you just love mashups, I've already done the hard work of digging through the internet and finding them for you, and there you are, so you can listen to them offline if Booty Mashup Radio or our insanely awesome Twitch channel isn't working for you. Then we're here to help you get that mashup fix, because we love mashups, and apparently you guys do too. So I think it's time for me to STFU, and we're gonna get our dance on with Jupiter Gatling. Thank you guys so much for being here. And you are going to, there's going to be a quick little stream break, while I log off. Jupiter Gatling is going to sign on from Berlin, Germany, coming to you live. So if it doesn't refresh, you might have to, hit refresh on your browser or something. But we're going hard, we're going long, we're going at least 6 hours, and as you've heard from Jupiter Gatling, it might be more than 6 hours. So thank you guys so much for being here for Mashup Talk. I'm Adriana A. I'll probably see you in the Dance Commander Disco. I'm also going to be in the Discord, because apparently that's a thing that I now need to figure out. So anyway, thanks again, and happy Friday night. It's time for Friday Night Live. Ciao.